What's up everybody, Aigey here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the topic that everybody has already covered so much of, which is the release date for Sombra. Everybody has their own speculations about when it's coming out, everybody has their own research team, everybody has their own predictions and things they would want to see from Sombra, but here's my little section of just that. Now, I personally believe that Sombra has been a little overhyped. We have been talking about Sombra for quite a while, but Blizzard does things that we don't really pay too much attention to sometimes. And I think that some of the lighting effects that they added into the game are for Sombra. I think some of the things that they have updated are geared towards Sombra. I even think that the Halloween update is to get ready for some of the things that they want to do for Sombra, but we don't necessarily take that stuff into consideration since that we as a community are so focused on the hype based around Sombra, which I think is absolutely way too strong right now because everybody seems to be more than excited for anything Sombra related to come out. We all want Sombra to come out. We all want to play Sombra. There's probably going to be the 12 Sombra meta for a long time in quick play, so people will be forced to go back into competitive, and a lot of speculation about Sombra not even being released within the same season that we're currently in is also floating around. Now, the thing that I personally feel about the Sombra release is that it may happen around October 23rd, which is about the time where everybody was thinking, oh, Sombra is related to the number 23, and October 23rd just sounds like a good number to release a specific hero on. However, I'm not sure how often they usually update things or when things are updated, but that would be next week on a Sunday, so I'm not entirely sure that they would do something like that, but that's my own personal speculation on that specific thing of when her release date may be. Or it could be right before BlizzCon or just after, because BlizzCon is obviously a big con related to everything in Blizzard, but maybe they're holding off on finishing up the things that they need to do with Sombra until after BlizzCon. So that's another speculation that I have since it's happening so soon and everybody's like, come on, just release the hero already. Let's just fucking have it. I think that a lot of people are just very excited, which is good. It's good to be excited about new content coming out in a game, especially when that content is free and you don't have to pay significant amounts of money for DLC. And for this to be a released game that gets free updates and free content, I feel like that's just wonderful, especially for helping to provide a healthy amount of content for the community that wants more and more. As consumers, we just want more. We want more levels, we want more game types, we want some of those custom games to come back. Like, to be honest, I don't want the Halloween custom game. I don't want that custom brawl to ever go away. That thing is so fun. A tower defense mode in Overwatch, like, I wouldn't even thought of having a custom game like that, but you know, here goes Blizzard and their surprises, which definitely that's a great idea for a game mode. And I feel like a single player game mode would bring more depth to the character pool that we have, and having you run through stories to try and do things would be more than acceptable within the community. However, let's continue with talking about Sombra. Now, I think Sombra, I did speculate, I think that she's going to be released on the 23rd of October, around that time, or after BlizzCon, one of those two. And my next speculation would be, let's talk about what Sombra's abilities might be. And me personally, as a hacker, I would like to see her as an ultimate steal someone else's ultimate. I know Genji can reflect some projectiles, but if she could reverse polarity for one ultimate, I think that would be pretty awesome. Or just completely negate the ability for other people to use their ultimates, or even temporarily take control of someone on the enemy team. Like a mind control sort of setup would be really interesting, and I think it would be really strange at the same time, since that you can't really do things like that within Overwatch. That'd be really strange, but it seemed like she had the ability to take over people that had any sort of something related to Omnic within them. So that would be way too specific, and I don't think they'd ever do that, but I think it'd be a really interesting concept and definitely piss a whole bunch of people off, because nobody likes loss of control heroes. Nobody likes playing against Mei when she's freezing you. People don't like being not able to move. It's just, they don't enjoy that. It's not fun. One of the things that I do think would be really interesting is being able to counter ultimates or negate them somehow. I think would be very interesting. I think having some form of CC or some kind of trigger system to cause like maybe a bomb that causes a big slow effect would be interesting to see. There's a lot of different things that I think that she could do, and from the pictures that people are speculating about what Sombra is going to look like, that's definitely something that I would like to see her do, because it doesn't seem like a weapon that she was currently carrying would be too effective at doing much long range. So so she's probably going to be a short-range submachine gun pistol wielding defensive builder. I think defensive builder is my safest bet, since that she's a hacker. In the scenes that we use, Sombra was trying to hack into the Overwatch system using devices, so things like that would be what I would gear my opinion toward. The next thing I'd like to speculate about Sombra is I think that she's probably going to start off as a mid-tier hero, and then she might be a little bit stronger. I'm not sure how interested Blizzard is in releasing super over-the-top heroes. I don't know how interested they are in making something super, super strong and then working their way down. And what I mean by that specifically is, like, in League of Legends, you'll have a hero or a champion come out that is absolutely insane. Like, they're broken. Absolutely broken. And everybody's like, no, they're just new, you know? It's just, no, they're fucking broken. They have like a 90% win ratio, which is insane, which most heroes get between a 50 to 55% win ratio if they're about good, but this particular champion just is up to a 70-75% win ratio, which is unheard of, and they are just too strong. Things like that. And then they'll make nerfs to adjust and change how specifically that particular champion works in the game, and then they'll break them down and then make them into that, get them to that 50%, 55% win ratio specific. Now, for Sombra, I think what they're probably going to do is try to start her at the bottom and then work her up. Kind of like how Anna, I felt, wasn't very strong because of her ammo capacity, and they actually increased her firing rate so that she would be more effective, and now she's considered probably one of the most useful supports in the current meta for the different types of team comps that we're currently running. And I think something like that for Sombra would probably be healthy, where they start her off just to kind of test the waters to see where she'd be, and then make adjustments to make her stronger as needed, which is definitely healthy to get her into the mix of everybody wanting to try out the hero, and then eventually people getting to the point where, all right, let's establish a team comp with this specific hero. Where would she work? And I would definitely like to see things change for the better for some of the heroes that are currently in the game. Like, for example, they were mentioning the Symmetra update, where she's going to be a completely different hero, and she's going to be completely changed from what she used to be, and I can't wait to try that out, but I have no idea when they actually intend to release something like that. Either way, I think Sombra has a lot of potential as a hero in the series. I also would like to see Athena be released into the series. I think that would be very interesting to have that sort of conflict put into the game with Sombra and Athena, since that they've had some sort of interaction, and I would like to see the adverse effects of having Sombra try to hack into the system using Athena. Either way, guys, I want to know your opinions. I want to know what you think about Sombra. What do you think her abilities are going to be? I want to know the types of things that you'd like to see from Blizzard doing with these particular heroes. I know there's a lot of different options, and they're a huge company, and they've made some really great games, and they've surprised us so many times in the past. But I think now it's time for me to listen to your opinions, because you guys always have some really interesting things that you say, always have some really awesome things to talk about when it comes to particular heroes in this game and different things that you want to try out. So again, go ahead, leave a comment down below telling me what you think your ideal method of releasing Sombra would be. I want to hear about maybe the type of build that she would have for her abilities, even just her ultimate, just whatever you want to talk about, let me know. Oh, and two more things before I go. First one being, what kind of hero would you like to see in Overwatch? I know there's a lot of different options, there's a lot of different ideas that people have had for heroes, but I would like to hear your own personal opinion about what you think would be a good idea for a hero for Blizzard to incorporate into the game. You know, think about something that you haven't quite seen yet, something that you don't think you'd ever see in any other game. Like, I think there's a lot of stuff that's been done in shooter games, let's be real. Like, for example, we can take into consideration Ratchet and Clank and all the crazy types of weapons that he has. We have different sorts of heroes that can steal projectiles from another and then shoot them out at people, like with the Genji Reflect and dashing abilities. But there's so many different ideas for specific types of heroes and different kinds of gameplay, and people want stealth heroes, which I really don't think that would be too healthy for the game. It just feels like stealth heroes just make the game absolutely unenjoyable sometimes, especially in League of Legends. And with the new Assassins update coming out in League of Legends, I'm not too excited to play it, but I'm going to play it and see how it goes. Either way, that's that. The other one being, what do you think that they're going to do to change Symmetra? I know that they are planning something huge. They're planning this big rework to make her effective on all of the mats so that she can also be played on King of the Hill effectively, as opposed to people thinking that it's just this really overly troll thing. Since that her ultimate of being a teleport isn't necessarily too effective, they're probably going to do something different with her entirely. It's only good on defensive maps in some situations, but that's it, and they want to change that. I'd love to hear your opinion. Either way, guys, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. All right, peace.
Aigey.